hear the sound? It's a cool warm evening and this is Kataps once again on the farm. We want to share with you the tips on how you can raise your birds, on how you can take care of the birds that are about to lay. These are layers. How do you take care of them that are about to lay? We shall tell you what are the major tips that can guide you so that the birds which are about to lay better, bigger and good eggs. Stay on this video till the end. Please don't go away. Okay, number one, you must ensure that your birds have right feeds. In the poultry, I told you, I've been sharing with you all the time that you have what we call pre-starter, starter feeds, then you have grower, pulley layer, and then layers. Where are your birds? These are birds right now. If you can look at it, these are, you can see the bird when it bends like this, it means it's about to lay. So where are they? They are on pulley layer. If you have your birds and you're growing them, please ensure that you don't jump any stage. Some people can jump from grower to layer. No, we have right videos that show what can you do for every stage of feeds for your birds. So this is a pre-layer level. And then these birds are now at 15 weeks. 15 weeks, what do you mean? We are about to give them layer feeds. We are going to have the birds lay very, very good eggs because these birds ate pre-starter feeds, they ate starter, they ate grower, now they are now on pre-layer. Can you imagine? Look at this healthy bird. It means that the life of this bird is fully. So it's going to grow. When you feed them well, they have the right pelvis. When you look at, if I can check on this bird here, sorry, if you can check on this bird, and I put my 2 fingers, they almost pass 2 fingers. That means the bird is growing rightly. That's the right. You can see the bone here. The bone is right. There's no problem with the bone. If the bone is so like, if the bone is so stiff and the bone is so out, I mean the bird grew up badly. So one of the tips is to feed your birds rightly, right from the chicks up to the layer level. Okay, you must improve on the ventilation. This is a critical stage. Go down. Sorry, go down. This is a critical stage. And once the birds feed well, there's no problem. But if they don't have right ventilation, they get infections. So ensure that the house is rightly ventilated. What do I mean? The house should be having a right height, the right ventilation. That means you should have enough mesh in it. And then you should ensure that there are no birds entering in, even if the ventilation is there, but ensure the birds, these outside birds, the wild birds don't enter just like that. So the ventilation matters. I always say, I give you what I experienced. So if you have the right ventilation, there's no smell in the poultry house. And if there's no smell, you don't get diseases. Because the smell, the ammonia in the smell causes a lot of flu in the birds. So if you avoid that, your birds will thrive. When you're going to bird your birds to grow and they give you right eggs, ensure that the hygiene is key. You see these husks here. You can see there's a lot of feather. I haven't removed it today. That means last night they shed off the feathers and this morning, and that means I should remove the feathers every day, which I want to do right now. So when you remove the feathers, the birds won't eat them. In life, everybody must have what they like. I've never imagined a life without chicken or without poultry in my life. You can imagine how lovely it can be when I'm with my birds. How lovely it is. Oh, you are not sick. I like the way you look like. So the birds, we say, if they're at this critical stage of laying, ensure to give them clean water. If you can't take the water, that's our principle. If you can't drink that water, don't give it to the birds. But for us, one deep litter system, the water becomes dirty so fast. But what do? We ensure that we change the water every time. We put in little water. With at least each bird, each 50 birds should have a drinker. But we don't put a lot of water in that drinker so that we can change the water 3 times a day. You give the feeds twice a day, but the water should be 3 times a day. Meaning, the water shouldn't get dirty. Because I'm saying, if you can't drink that water, don't give it to your birds. I tell you, these are my lovelies. I love this bird. and it knows I love it. You can see. It knows that I love it so much. I love you so much, baby. So this stage is a critical stage. You must ensure to avoid every unnecessary, I repeat, stress. This is the time you don't change workers. No, you don't need to change the worker this time. The worker should be the first one when you started with the same worker, ensure that even if the worker does what, please don't chase worker at this critical stage. Ensure that you give them motivation so that they don't go away. And ensure that you motivate them. You ensure to be with them, be part of them. So at this stage, at least they be in with you. You can look at it, it knows me so much. It knows my ready overall. And that also matters so much, giving them the right uniform. They know the color. They have known me. They know my smell. So don't give them another smell. This is the critical stage. I'm continuing, of course. The next thing you must ensure you have is the laying box at this stage. They must have the box already. Because once you give the boxes later, they are not used to them. They bring in somehow stress. They are not used, so they start laying eggs here and there in the whole house, in the whole structure. And that is bad. Your birds should be trained. We are saying these are the tips on how you can treat or take care of your birds that are almost lay an egg. So what should you do again? We say you prolong the light. Normally we wake up at 6, we give our birds feeds. By 6 we are up, we give them the feeds, give them the water. But in the evening, if you don't have enough lighting, the bird will sleep early. So because you can see at my structure, this is already 6 p.m. And I shot this video at 6 intentionally. It's already 6, but my birds are still moving. They are still eating because the light is on. So you can imagine from 6 up to 6, that's at 12 hours. And some people give their birds feeds up only maybe 12, 10, 11 hours. At this critical stage, they should be eating for 12 hours. If you can't, at least you put in the light. You have these energy savers which can reduce the light slowly. Or you put in a solar light that will reduce slowly. By 7, you cut it off the lights. But still, this light is enough. And that takes me to a point of building your structure the right way. The structure should be 8 high feet. The structure should be at least enough with enough light, meaning enough aeration, so that your birds enjoy as if they are sleeping in a bed. You imagine a pregnant mama, a pregnant mother who is yet to produce, but there is no mama kit, there is no antenatal done, there is nothing in the house, and the mother is expecting a child. There is that stress that where will I get this and this? And that mother, when stressed, stress is also the baby inside. So in these are birds, I don't compare human beings with chickens, but because I told these are my friends, I love them so much, I do compare in some way, so that you can learn one or two. Please ensure that what you do to a human being can be done to your birds. What's wrong with you? What's the problem? Sorry. So these birds, they have known me, and we are like brothers and sisters. This is clear. In life of a human being and the life of a bird growing, the difference is just because one is an animal, another one is a human being. When you talk of nursery education, you go to every nursery school, you find that people are having what we call the playground, a BSU in Uganda. The people play around because the kids have to play as they grow. Why do we do that? In the nursery, the brain is growing and the child is growing all holistically. That means also in our birds. Once you are growing the birds up, grow them holistically. Why am I saying this? I'm introducing what we call the perches. Introduce the perches in your house. What are the perches? When the chicken is growing up, when the bird is growing up, when the pullet is growing up, this kind of pullet. Sorry. When it is growing up, ensure that they are perches. Because these birds, as they grow, they want to learn to fly. They want to explore. They want to reduce stress. They want to go up there. The perches help them a lot. Number one, they help them not to fight down for food. Once one finishes to eat, it goes up. And we remove this problem of biting each other or pecking each other. Cannibalism starts when the birds start eating and as they are young. But you have the perches, the birds, they finish eating, they go up there. Then they wait for the next time. When they're hungry, they go down for food. So when you have the patches, your birds will have the best life. Just as a nursery kid who comes back from school singing 1 2 1 2. Yes, that is it. These birds, they will sing for you. What is their singing noise or their singing sound? It is giving you an egg. So please, this is Kataps always, and I beg you to use what I've used in my experience. I am not a trained farmer. I am an experienced trainee on the farm. I have been trained by myself, trained by nature, trained by challenges, trained by life. So if you follow my videos, be sure you are not following the wrong thing. This is the right information, and I love you so much. Please, if it's your first time on this channel, subscribe so that you don't miss another video. And please hit that subscribe bell so that you don't miss our videos every week. We have 2. I love you so much. See you next video. Bye-bye.